When I'm making stamps using the adhesive foam stuck onto wood, it's really a simple process. The supplies you need are minimal, little chunks of wood, and this adhesive-backed foam. I'm really impressed with the adhesive that they use on this because I end up washing the stamps over and over and the stuff sticks. I use all kinds of things to think about what design I want. I may look in my sketchbook, I may look around the room. Sometimes I'll just start cutting without even thinking. Sometimes I'll copy somebody else's design, and when I do it, it doesn't come out the same, so yay, it's sort of like, who's that guy? Austin Kleon, steal like an artist. So once I have a design, I may draw something on my sketchbook or just wing it. I get some nice sharp scissors and I'll cut myself a smallish piece of the foam so I'm not cutting out of the whole sheet. It's a little easier. I'll look at the size of the wood because I want my stamp, my foam, to be smaller than the edge of the wood. I don't want the edges sticking over. And I'll start cutting. Once you've cut your pieces of foam, carefully peel off the backing, and sometimes that's a little tricky. Get your fingernail under there and peel off the backing, and then set it on fairly carefully, especially if the piece is small or narrow and long. It can distort the shape a bit if you're not careful as you stick it onto the wood. One nice thing about using this foam stuck to wood is you can stick the foam to more than one side of the piece of wood. So especially if I've done a positive-negative stamp, I'll put the positive on one side of the block, flip it over, and stick the negative form on the other side of the block. I use these stamps in a different way from the ones that I carve with the quick cut or safety cut. You get a really nice, sharp, simple edged form because you're cutting this foam with scissors. I tend to make more simplified designs with this foam. You don't get the little details. It's more a simple shape. It broke. That's okay, right? Once I've stuck the foam onto the wood, I want to try it out. So I'll put some paint onto the stamp and stamp with it. The paint that you use with these stamps needs to be not too blobby. You don't want paint sticking around the edges too much. You can apply the paint with a brush. You can apply the paint with like a soft, very careful sponge, like a makeup sponge. They're actually sort of these triangular things you can get at the drugstore, and they're wonderful for doing all kinds of art things. One of the things I do with these stamps is to make repeating patterns. So if I have a simple stamp, like one bar, say, one rectangular bar, I can use that over and over to create a pattern. Think about using your stamps in creative ways. Like if you're stamping, you don't have to put it in the same direction every time. You can make a square by using 4 bars. You can do all kinds of things. You can make an X. So try it out. Let's see, I don't want it to look like bunny ears. Uh-oh, it looks just like bunny ears. Shoot.
Okay, so the artistic question at hand, what do you do when something looks like bunny ears and you don't want it to?
You put fangs